Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to another chair yoga session here with us in Blackheath. It's been a few weeks since I recorded the last one. It's been quite busy around here. So those of you that are living in London or in Blackheath, many of you I've seen again in person at our first in-person chair yoga class last week, which was lovely. It's so great to see so many of you in person again. And now that things are slowly reopening around here, things have been a little bit busy, so I have to apologize. I haven't recorded a session for a couple of weeks now, but I am recording one now. Now, as you can tell, I'm still very pregnant. I'm just getting one more pregnant every day. So I don't think this is going to be my last recorded session for a while, but it probably will be one of the last few because my days are slowly numbered. But as long as I can, I will record the sessions. So, and of course, remember, we've got our library available. You can go back to our previous videos as many times as you want. So, and then we'll be back with more recorded sessions, of course, over the summer as well. Now, enough of this. Let's get ready for a general session where we're going to work a little bit more on the upper body, and we're going to work a little bit on getting blood flowing all the way into your feet, because here it is the weather has turned. We have skipped spring. After months and months of terrible weather, we have gone straight to summer, and it's very hot to the point where I turned on the air conditioning in the studio, which feels lovely, of course. But since not everybody has the luxury of air conditioning at home, there's some tools and techniques we can use in yoga to allow ourselves to cool down as well. All of that aside, though, make sure you've got some water wherever you are, or a drink if you would like, that you have turned off your phone, any distractions, anything that might pull you away from our practice for the next half an hour, 40 minutes together. And finally, in terms of props, today we're going to be using a belt. So I've got one of our yoga belts. You can use a dressing gown belt or any other long device, a scarf, an actual belt. Okay, although these are quite, if it's leather, it's quite uncomfortable to hold them. So a dressing gown belt actually works really well. So if you haven't got that ready, pause the video for a moment, grab that, and then come back and join us when you've got all your things ready. If you have got your belt already, then just pop it to the side. It's always quite nice to actually just hang it off the back of your chair. That saves you bending down. Don't know about you, but bending down is starting to become an issue. Actually, it's been an issue for a while. And then come into a comfortable position. Now, my comfortable position probably looks a little bit different from yours. So my legs need to be a little bit apart because my belly is most certainly in the way. But if it feels comfortable for you, you can bring the feet closer together and maybe even choose to push the feet away from the body a little bit if that feels good. And then really nestle back into your chair. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Give your head a gentle move from side to side. And then swallow a couple of times. Because as we swallow, we relax all the muscles down our throat. We are releasing the muscles in our jaw. You can even move your jaw from side to side. And then once you're ready, allow your eyes to slowly close. Or if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, take the gaze down towards the floor so we can find more of an inward focus for the start of our practice. And once you've got those eyes closed, you're going to take a long, slow breath in through the nose. And then a big sigh out through the mouth. Open the mouth wide. Do that again. Inhale deeply. And sigh out. And then one more time. Slow breath in. And slow breath out. And on that last exhale, let the body get heavy. Allow the belly to be soft. Just notice how everything, as we're letting go of the muscular effort we're holding in the body, everything just sinks down towards the floor by a couple of millimeters. Check that the awareness stays present in the room here. And as soon as you notice that the awareness has drifted away, just gently bring it back. We might have to do this a couple of times, knowing that that is perfectly normal. And finally, let the awareness settle down in onto your body, your physical body, and the sensations you can feel in your body. What can you notice? What stands out? Maybe there is a sense of heaviness. Maybe there's a sense of lightness. There might be areas of obvious discomfort, or maybe you're feeling okay today. Just take a moment to really check in here without any judgment. All of our bodies are creaky. We've got our, all of us have got our little ailments. So just notice which ones they are for you today. And then continue through the body just to make sure we're checking in with every part. And when you get to the top of the head or down to the toes, depending on whether you've worked from top to toes or the other way around, let's take a long breath in through the nose. And then side out to let it go. Do it again, long breath in. And side out. And then allow the awareness to settle in on our breath. And as we did with our physical body, let's observe how the breath is feeling right now. There's no need to alter, change the breath in any way. Notice how it feels. Is the breath slow? Is it fast? Somewhere in between? Does it feel shallow? Does it feel deep? Or once again, somewhere in the middle? Noticing the movement in the body. There's so much to discover about the breath if we pay attention. And allow the breath to slowly elongate. So deepen the inhalation ever so slightly, just in your own time, your own pace, drawing in a little bit more air into the body. And as you release, noticing that sense of sinking down, softening. Take 2 more breaths like this, just gradually expanding across the chest as you bring the air all the way up into the rib cage. And then making this your last inhale. And exhale. And then the next inhale, releasing the fingertips. So just bring a little wriggle into the fingertips and your toes. There might be some clicking, some cracking as that's happening. Releasing the wrists and the ankles, adding some movement here. And the eyes can still be closed to do that. Just exploring the movement, what that feels like. And we can make that movement bigger, and maybe you'll notice that your body automatically wants to extend that movement, stretching the fingertips down towards the floor, maybe up towards the sky, to the side. Just take a stretch in whatever way that feels comfortable for you. And then releasing the hands back down onto your knees. Good. So the eyes can still be closed here. We're just going to spend a moment longer with the eyes closed, sitting back on the chair so we can release into the neck. Start by drawing the chin down towards the chest on your next exhale. And on the inhale, we're going to draw the chin over towards the right shoulder. Exhaling, let the chin sink back down to the chest. Inhale, draw it over to the left shoulder. Let's do it a few more times. Follow your breath. Exhale as you let the head sink towards the center. Inhale as it comes to the other side. Just notice how that feels in your neck. Let's do one more on each side. Sinking the chin to the chest as you exhale. Inhale as you come to the other side. Good. And then back to center. And then slowly uncurling back into an upright position. And then gently blink the eyes open here for just a moment. And place one hand on the back of your head. And we're going to use that hand that has a little bit of support as we draw the chin up towards the ceiling, stretching a bit into the neck. And we want the hand there as support so we don't fall too far back. Especially if you have any neck issues, don't go too far here. Exhale, let the head sink down. And we're not pushing with our hand here. The hand just adds a tiny bit of extra weight. Inhaling, let the head come back up. Allow the gaze to lift. And then as you exhale, let the head sink down. And you might notice as we do this a few times, you can feel that stretch going further down your spine at the back. Good. Let's do one more. Inhaling, lifting the gaze, looking up. Exhale, sink the chin down to the chest. Good. And then inhaling, coming back up slowly. Exhale, release the arm. Beautiful. Inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to drop the shoulders with a sigh maybe. One more. Inhaling, squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1. And drop. Good. And then give the head a gentle shake from side to side. So if you haven't opened your eyes yet, now's the time. Just open them gently. Let the light come in. And then come into a neutral position. So your choice now, you can remain seated back on your chair, or you can shuffle yourself away from the back of the chair, sitting a little bit further forward on the edge. Now I'm going to stay seated back because that's more comfortable for me. Take a sip of water, take off any layers if you're starting to feel a bit warm like I am. So we have complained about the weather in this country for many months, so now the first day of the sunshine being here, and we are complaining about the heat. At least I am, but that's just fun of it. Good. So beautiful. So sitting in a nice upright position, see if you can check that your ankles and your knees are roughly in line. So bring the feet a little bit further back or push them away. So we've got that 90-degree angle. And then draw the shoulders away from the ears. Release the fingertips down to the earth. Inhaling, reach the arms high, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw the palms down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling, open the arms. Really stretch the fingertips here, lifting the gaze. Exhale, draw the palms down. Good. One more time. Inhaling, lifting, growing. And then exhale to release the palms down. Good. Release the hands down into the knees. We're going to go through our cat and cow movements. So as you inhale, we're going to draw the chest forward, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. And as you exhale, we're rounding the spine, chin comes towards the chest, as if you're a cat trying to have a stretch. I'm going to move sideways. But remember, there's not that much movement going on anymore for me. It might be more for you. It might be less for you. Just see what feels good in your body. Inhaling, draw the chest forward, lifting the heart. Exhale, slowly rounding the spine. Feel the space in between your shoulder blades widening. 2 more. Inhaling, drawing forwards. And exhaling to round. Last one. Draw yourself forward, open the heart. And then exhaling to round the spine. And then uncurl, come back into an upright position and roll the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. Let's grab our belt now. We're going to find a little shoulder release and a little bit of a side stretch. So if you've got your belt, open it wide. If your belt has a buckle, grab hold of the buckle side and then widen your grip. So grabbing hold of the buckle side so we don't have metal swinging around into our faces. We're going to widen the grip quite far here. And as we inhale, find a little bit of traction. So we're pulling the arms apart. Now, if you have any shoulder issues, you might need to take it a little bit easier, maybe even just skipping the part with the belt. We're just going to find a gentle side stretch. Inhaling, reach the arms above the head, growing tall. And as you exhale, we're going to sink over towards the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling over towards the left again. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Then inhale, come back to center. You can lower the arms here for a moment, especially if your shoulders are feeling a bit crunchy, or keep them lifted if you want a bit more. Again, find that traction again of the arms, and then we're going to sink over towards the other side. Inhaling to center. Exhale, sink it over to the side. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. You can go as far as it feels good for you here, keeping your left sitting bone grounded. I'm making contact with our plants here in the studio. At least the plants are loving this heat. Inhaling back to center. And then exhale, release. Good. We're going to give the shoulders a moment of rest before we work a little bit more into our shoulders. Let's start with a gentler warm-up. So pop your belt just over your knees. We're going to need it in a moment. And then place your fingertips onto your shoulders. The next inhale, we're going to draw the elbows together, reach. Exhale, release the shoulders back down. 2 more in this direction. Inhale, bring the elbows forward. Exhale to lower. If this is too much for your shoulders, just make the little shoulder rolls here without that movement. Good. And then we're going to change direction. So the elbows draw together behind you. They're far, far from touching, but the shoulder blades move closer together. Reach the elbows up. Exhale, lower it forwards and down. Inhaling, reach them up. And exhale to lower. Good. And then release the arms. Now, we're going to go a little bit further. And this is only suitable if this exercise has worked for you. If it hasn't, then continue with the shoulder rolls. If it has worked for you, we can go a little bit further with flossing the shoulders. Love that term. Grab hold of the belt again. We're going to take our stance, our grip, not our stance, really wide on the belt. And then the next in, we're going to reach the arms up above the head. And as you exhale, see if you can allow the arms to fall behind you. And there's probably a bit of a sticky bit. If it's too sticky, widen your grip and then allow the arms to fall back behind you. And you need to probably really widen your grip here to make that work. Inhaling to come up. Exhale to lower. All right, if that felt okay, let's do a few more rounds. If it didn't feel okay, you can let go of the belt, repeating the previous exercise that we've done. Good. Hopefully you don't have a wall behind you like I have, or the windowsill. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhale to lower down. And then one more time, last round if you want to. It's optional. And then coming back up. And forwards and down. Release the arms, release the shoulders. Take a long breath in. And side out. Good. This has probably created some heat here in the shoulders, which is good. That's what we want. Allowing the blood to flow into all parts of the shoulders. Good. Close the eyes. Take another breath here. And a slow breath out. And we want to make sure there is no discomfort. There's no pain. Giving ourselves enough time for the heat to disappear. And then slowly blinking the eyes open and rolling the shoulders back and down. Good. Still checking if we're sitting in a nice upright position. So if you're sitting back on your chair, we still have a little bit of support here through the center. So just a very gentle lift here through the pelvic floor. If you're sitting forwards, we want to make sure we don't start to slouch. If you're feeling you're slouching, come and sit back instead. Yeah, good. Keep the belt just dangling over our thighs. And then let's bring the awareness down to our feet. Time for a sip of water. Maybe it's one for you too. And let's begin to walk out our feet. So simply lifting and lowering one heel and then the other one. And we can do this a few times. And this is brilliant exercise. This is one of these little exercises and techniques that is going to help us during the heat to keep the circulation moving all the way into the feet. So if you feel like you've got quite heavy feet, then just sometimes giving them a bit of movement just helps to keep things moving and stops our feet from swelling up too much. Good. And you can do this really slow. You can do this really fast. You can do it with shoes off. You can do it with shoes on, whatever works for you. Good. Well, let's do another couple of rounds until you feel like your calf muscles are creating a bit of heat. So there's a bit of effort. Effort is good. Anything that we will do repetitively in the body, any movements, it will create heat. It will create blood flow. It will encourage that blood flow to this area of the body. And then lowering the heels back down. Whew, take a moment. Maybe give the toes a little wriggle. And then let's work down to our feet. So keeping your right leg grounded, grab hold of your left leg from behind. It might be easier for you to come up onto the ball of the feet, grabbing hold of that left leg, and then extend it away from the body. It might come up towards parallel, it might go a little bit low, it might even stay down on the floor, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be straight. We just want to have the toes lifted away from the floor a bit so we can begin to flex the toes and then point the toes. So flexing and pointing. Good, feeling that stretch across the front of the leg, the back of the leg, still using a little bit of support for the center so we're not starting to lean back too much. Good, and then draw some big circles. So imagine there's a pencil attached to your big toe and you're trying to draw a really big circle onto the wall in front of you. Go one way and then change direction, go the other way. And this is another brilliant little exercise to do just to get the circulation flowing. In fact, this is a great little exercise to do in the morning. First thing when you wake up, you're still lying in bed, give those ankles a little wriggle. And then let's scrunch the toes together, as if you're making a fist with your toes, and then spread them wide and then lower down and swap sides. So grabbing hold of the left leg from behind, right leg from behind even, come onto the ball of the foot, roll the shoulders back and down, take an inhale, exhale, extend the leg away, and then pointing and flexing. And remember, the heel can be on the floor, the knee can be bent, it doesn't matter. Just a little movement through the front of the foot, the back of the foot. Gives our feet a little bit of awareness, lets all the muscles and ligaments, the foot work a little bit. And then draw circles, go one way. This is always the part where my ankle gives this really satisfying pop, which is normal if yours does the same. Change direction, go the other way. Good, and then let's make our little fist with our toes. And then release, spread the toes wide, and then lower it back down, and then give the feet a couple of walks. Lifting and lowering, just a couple more times. Good, lovely. And let's just spend a little bit more attention, give a little bit more attention to our feet. I'm going to move backwards just to make sure you can see this all on the screen. We might need to walk our feet a little bit wider now. So I'm already in this little V shape with my legs. You might do the same now. And then grab your belt, place it underneath the ball of your left foot. And we're going to extend the left leg away from the body. We're going to keep the heel on the floor. So you might find you have to really shuffle forwards here on the edge of the chair for that to happen. So heel reaches away, and we're using the belt as a little stretching implement. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, and then draw the shoulders. So just draw the shoulders back into their sockets, and then use a little bit of traction against that belt towards your toes. Good. So check that you have a little bit of a bend in the elbow. So we don't want to reach forward to do this. We want to sit back nice and straight and just using the belt to help that stretching sensation around the back of the leg. Again, you might need to move around. You might need to shuffle forward. You might need to shuffle back. If your leg isn't straight, don't worry. It doesn't matter. And we are using that little bit of traction, checking that the arms are nice and engaged, feeling that stretch, probably mainly running down the back of the calf muscle, the back of your heel, maybe a little bit into the back of the thigh. Good. Last breath in and slow breath out. Good. And then let go of the traction and see if you can wriggle your belt off your foot and let your left toes go floppy. The belt can just lean over your right leg here for a moment. And we're going to take a side body stretch. So the right forearm comes onto the right knee. The left arm reaches up above the head. Reach it up towards the ceiling first, and then sink it over to the side. Inhaling deeply, feel that stretch across the side of the body, side of the rib cage. And exhale out. If that's too strong for your shoulders, the arm can be in front of the face, the arm can be down on the floor. Just stretching out the side of the body here. And if you're suffering from cramps in the heat, that's normal as well, but sometimes giving it a good stretch can just help here. Last inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach back up. Lower the hand down and then give your left leg a helping hand to come back into a little V-shaped position. Good. So hopefully you'll notice that the left side feels a lot longer now. So let's let the right side join in. Extend, first of all, bring the belt into the ball of your right leg and then extend it away. Heel on the floor, gently hug the elbows back into their sockets. So we've got that little bend here and we're feeling that stretch going down the back of your right leg. Apologies if you can't quite see my foot, but you get the idea. My foot is not very pretty, so you're not missing out if you can't see it. Draw the shoulders back and down. And just check that the back of the leg feels comfortable here. So you might need to shuffle forwards a little bit on your chair, using the muscles in your center. So imagine there's a string attached to the crown of the head that's drawing you up to the ceiling, helping you to sit up straight. Taking 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in here. And slow breath out. Good. And then let's release. So gently wriggle that belt off. We can pop it to the side now. We're done with the belt for today. Let the toes go floppy. Release your left hand onto your left knee, and then the right arm sweeps up above the head. If this is too strong, the arm can also stay down. Listen to your body. Reaching and growing until you feel that sense of stretch through the right side of the rib cage. And if you want to let the arm sink over the head, just sink a little bit deeper. Can you soften the top shoulder away from the ear? So the arm doesn't even need to be straight. Just looks a bit more photogenic, but we don't need to worry about that. Breathing deeply with every inhale, feeling the muscles in between your ribs widening, your lungs filling up a little bit more. Last breath in. And slow breath out, lowering the arm down. Grab hold of your right leg, give it a helping hand, bring it back together, and then coming to center. Let's walk the feet a little bit closer together, if that feels comfortable for you, and begin to shuffle back on your chair. Shuffling all the way back, and make sure you get nice and comfy now. So grab a drink of water, grab an extra pillow, whatever you need. As we're settling down for the last part of our session, our relaxation. And to really get us in the mood and to allow the nervous system to calm down, we're going to be doing a round of pranayama, so a breath exercise, just to allow the nervous system to cool down, but also to allow the body to cool down. Because sometimes when things get hot, when we're stressed, the breath really kind of accumulates up in your chest, and we're losing that long, deep breath that is making us feel grounded, that is making us feel in control. So this is a lovely exercise also to practice if you are struggling with sleep at night, if it takes you a long time to fall asleep, or you wake up in the middle of the night and your head is jumping around, your mind is jumping around. Try this technique and see if it might just help you. So allow the eyes to close, and let's bring the awareness back down into your breath. And we're not changing anything about the breath to begin with. We're just observing how the breath feels right now in this moment. And then we're going to get ready for our practice. And the breath exercise that we are going to do together is inhaling for the count of 4 and then exhaling for the count of 6. So we're extending our exhalation compared to the inhalation. And as we do so, we are inviting the mind to settle. We're inviting the part of the mind that is in charge of resting to take over. So let's start by taking a long breath in together and a long breath out. Let's do that again. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. Then close the mouth if that feels comfortable. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in and out. 2 more. And then allow the breath to return to whatever count feels good for you right now. And notice where your mind is at right now. If the mind is still jumping around or if it feels a bit more settled. And then allow the awareness to drift away from your breath back into your physical body. As we take a little journey through the body, letting go of any muscular effort that we are holding, anything that we don't need. Starting in the sole of the right foot, releasing the top of the right foot, right toes, ankle, lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, and the right side of the hip. Releasing the sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left toes, ankle, lower leg, left knee, left upper leg, and left side of the hip. Releasing across the belly, softening into the lower back, middle back, upper back, into the right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of your right hand, palm of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing across the chest, into the left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Softening all the way up your neck. Release across the throat, softening the jaw, the tongue, cheeks, ears, nose, eyes, and forehead. Allow everything to soften. And just for the next few moments, allow yourself to rest here. If you find that the mind has other plans and is jumping around, just bring it back again and again onto the breath, onto the sensations in your body. And very slowly, with your eyes still closed, invite the awareness back into the room, noticing any sounds you can hear. Noticing the sensation of your body in contact with the chair and the floor beneath you. And then inviting a few deeper breaths into the body. Taking in a little bit more air on your next inhale. And releasing out on the exhale. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhaling deeply. And exhale. Maybe there's a little sigh in there that needs to escape. And 1 more time, slow breath in. And slow breath out. And let's invite some gentle movements into the fingers and the toes. A little wriggle. Swallowing a couple of times, softening the jaw. Allow the head to gently roll from side to side. And on your next inhale, take a stretch through the body. The fingertips might reach down to the floor, maybe up towards the sky. Whatever stretch your body needs right now. Let's wake up the body, ready for a beautiful day ahead of us. And then allow the palms to slowly lower down through heart center. Thumbs in contact with your sternum. And taking a really light grip here. There's a bit of space in between our hands. And this Anjali Mudra, this hand gesture that signifies and invites a sense of kindness, and a sense of compassion towards ourselves and towards each other. Let's see if we can invite that sense, and also a sense of gratitude towards yourself for making the effort, taking the time in your day and practicing, honoring that our bodies and of course each other, wherever in the world we all are. Take a gentle bow of your head towards your heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling a little bit more stretched. And I hope you have a lovely day ahead of you. If you have any questions, thoughts, or comments, get in touch. It's always nice to hear from you. For those of you that are here in London, in Blackheath, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again this week on Wednesday at the Age Exchange for in-person session. If you're joining us remotely, keep checking back. As I said, this is hopefully not the last session that I'm recording unless this child has different plans, which, babies are a little bit unpredictable. They might. but it's probably one of my last sessions for a little while as I take a little bit of a break. But the online sessions will be back because I know how useful they are for some of you, and I am enjoying them as well. And it gives me great pleasure knowing that we are all practicing together online, wherever in the world we are. Magic. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.